Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's closed.
It's closed!
Yes! I got it! It was his mouth. His mouth was the water bottle. Because he drank all the water. So he became the water bottle. And now he's going to need a piddle.
The highlight of my week has come once again. I get to sit down on a couch next to another couch with my good friend Jake.
Thank you, guys.
But first, I've got a Gemma challenge. First up, it's going to be very quick. I want you all, you don't have to, but I'd recommend going and giving a look at shopjamjar.com. They got some pretty cool products there. They got Jake and Marty merch there if you're interested. If not, they got a pretty cool clothing line going on. They've just started their early winter sale, so it's $20 off all crew necks and hoodies. And we'll leave that at that, and we'll get into the podcast.
Yeah. Go check them out.
Go check them out. I had one on before, but it's a bit warm in the freaking place here, so we'll chill for a bit.
We're nervous. Flirts are flying.
Flirting was crazy, me and you, with each other. Not really.
No.
God! Every week it feels like. That's crazy.
Yeah, that'll be cut.
And a second announcement, just before Jake starts talking. We left a couple episodes on a cliffhanger on who was going to be Jam of the Month for February. We've created a list up here. You probably can't read it. You definitely can't read it. And
it
if you're on Spotify, you definitely can't read
of
it.
the Month 2024.
So obviously
but just to clarify, this is got all the months on it. 2024 isn't a month by itself. That's the year we're in.
Yeah.
And go for it.
So we announced Mumma Marty won January's Jam of the Month. In February we had Harrison. His name's come up a bit on the podcast. Harrison was a huge help in the launch of the Jam Jar Shop Jam Jar. So he got announced for that. He's our unofficial tech guy. And then we had March was both the Howe brothers. They filmed an advert with us recently that would have dropped on the Jake and Marty channel today. And so they were a big help as well. So we gave them Gem of the Month for March. And once again, you don't have to help us. You just got to stand out in some way to us. We encourage it. Clearly the criteria isn't very high. And they are kind of random selections, but stand out in any which way suits to your fancy. Send us a hate message. You'll probably get Jam of the Month, I'll be honest.
Send us any message, really.
Yeah. God.
Stop sending us love messages, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just not cool, guys.
Or at least if you're going to just address them to Jake, at least just send them to Jake.
Yeah, Marty's been getting in some hot water with the first jammer.
The original jammer.
The jammer.
The jammer. Okay. That's enough of that. How was your week? Actually, yeah, how was your week this week?
Yeah, it was good.
That's great. So I'm obviously joking. What did you see?
I saw you, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw you outside of the podcast once again. It seems like it's happening more often than not now.
I'm seasonal.
I've also got that.
I hide away in the warmer months.
You hide?
I hide.
No, we've only seen each other in the warmer months. In the winter months, we didn't see each other at all during the week.
No. Yeah, so we saw each other to film that advert, obviously. It was a good outing. Me and Jacob actually we had a little
falling out.
No, we went for a little drive just before. We changed your headlights.
Yeah, well, no, actually, it was crazy, all the things you can get done. Actually, Jake boycott this week. And for those who think, oh, Jake, why so many boycotts? You can't even use this one. Why are you boycotting it if you can't even use it? Instagram Live. So, Instagram, if we could get on fixing that so that Jake and Marty can live stream them
fixing lights,
making breakfast.
Toast sandwiches was on the menu today.
Well, I named the live Jake and Marty Do Science, which was what it was going to be called, Jake and Marty Do Science Episode 1. This was going to be Episode 2, but you missed out on Episode 1, so we're just going to
Episode 1 happened, but it's kind of
Everyone skips the pilot anyway, so
it's similar to episode 40, I believe, of the podcast that never aired on YouTube.
Yeah,
because somebody's Jake is the equivalent of my grandfather when it comes to technology. He loves it, but he's not great with it. We won't even bore you with what happened in my week. We'll go straight into Science with Jake.
Science with Jake is awesome. So I don't know how much... So I've got 2 experiments today. One experiment is kind of a mind experiment, so we're going to see how that goes. We're going to experiment on the mind of Marty. This first one is...
Also, I loved your bleep outs in the last episode. The horse.
Oh, yeah, I did change it up, didn't I?
Yeah, I liked it a lot better.
So, here's the first little experiment. I've called this experiment, I think there is an actual official name, but the name for this one is called Jake and Marty Gotta Find Some Use for This Stuff.
Yeah, for context there, we've got a massive bottle of white vinegar that I used for a taste test one week.
Oh, and I still taste it.
And there was just a big jumbo jug that was cheaper than any other, so I bought it. And so Jake has apparently found a use for it.
So, that stinks. And that still is a bit off-putting for me, but we're going to see. So, what we're going to... Don't sip it.
Ooh. Yeah, it's...
so, I don't know...
Really...
It gets you.
Stimulates the nostril fibers.
Basically, the instructions... I only read up on this really quick, so I don't know if there's some other thing to it, and I don't know how long it takes. So we're going to sit it up here once I...
So you're placing an egg in the cup of vinegar.
Yep.
And what's meant to happen?
We're going to leave that there. We're not sure. I think it...
I suppose that's science.
Yeah.
We're going to find out.
Hypothesis?
It's like bubbling up.
Yeah, I think that's... It's good that it's doing something.
It's like carbonating the vinegar.
Yeah.
Is it going to explode?
Hopefully not.
Well, I hope not in this glass, because I think that's Mum's nice glass.
No. Oh.
Not like the one. Like
No, okay, cool. No, it won't explode. We're going to see. Hopefully it doesn't make a mess.
Hopefully not.
Anyway, while we wait for that to do its thing...
Is it going to hatch a chicken?
While we wait for that to do a thing, I've just got a quick question for Marty. Can you pick a number between 10 and 100?
59.
Pick again.
37.
Okay. So Jake and Marty, Jake asked Marty before the podcast for a piece of paper. And Jake said, Marty, you can't look, you can't look, you can't look. So I had to look away while Jake wrote down something on this piece of paper and then hid it away, folded it up and hid it away so that Marty couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Jake has now going to reveal what's on this piece of paper. Now, what was your number again?
My number was 59.
No, the actual number.
And then it became 37.
So, how could Jake pull that off? Let's just ask, how could Jake pull that off? How could Jake pull that off? For context, what does that say?
That says 37.
Yeah. So, how could Jake pull that off? That's my big question. Is
this science or is this magic?
This is
the grey area.
This is Jake knows
What are
Marty.
you going to do if I never pick 37? To be fair, the odds of me picking 30... I have heard that it's like one of the most...
No!
There's a guy on TikTok that told me once that 3 and 7 are like the two numbers that come to mind, and 37 is more common than 73.
So I don't know why we said that first number, but...
59 was my favourite number as a kid.
See, so I didn't account for the outlier. But I'm just going to sit that at the front there. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but I will. And that's a win in my book.
Hey, yeah, no, that was impressive.
So, I don't know how long we're meant to leave this in here for. We're going to come back to it at the end of the pod.
I think we could just leave it there for the pod until it does something more interesting than carbonate the water.
Oh, I think it has to float. It might float.
I don't know what happens when it floats. I'm kind of scared a little bit.
No, just wait till we do the actual experiment.
Okay.
So
can I move on to Media Meltdown?
Yeah, so we're going to come back to Jake's Science with Jake. Because I think it's an exciting one. I'm excited. I think I want to do more of these.
You should, next time you do it, you have to bring a lab coat and some glasses, though.
Okay.
I appreciate that. All right. A big media meltdown. A few things happened this week. There's 2 major ones. So not with Kate this week. Once again, I don't want Jake and Marty. I don't want you guys to see Jake and Marty as bad mouthing people clearly in a tough spot. So with what happened with Kate last week, we are truly, not remorseful. That's not the word. Sympathetic to their situation. However, this week, less sympathetic because this is kind of just interesting. Have you heard, the rap game? You're quite involved in the rap game, in the hip hop.
I went to Subway a few times as a child.
God, my jaw just glitched.
But I never had a rap there. I only got a
no, like the rap, like hip hop, like spitting the bars, Jake and Marty,
Martosis in
Mitosis rap. Yeah, so there's been a rap civil war going on, is what people are calling it. And I'm just here to I'm having a howler. And I'm here to sort of just inform. Once again, I'm not at all educated on hip hop. I don't really put that. You got to stop looking at the cup, otherwise I'm going to confiscate it. Okay, you got to listen to me while I'm doing my segment.
I'm just interested. I'm making sure that nothing, because I want to see my death coming.
Okay, so it's between Drake. Do you know Drake? Drizzy Drake.
Yeah.
So it's between Drizzy Drake.
Oh wait, who?
Drake. Like
who's
I
dribbling?
know with the habla bling.
Oh.
Stacking on the. Alright, so Drake dropped an album not that long ago called Her Loss with 21 Savage, I believe, was on it. And then another one called I've got it written down here somewhere.
Kiki, Do You Love Me challenge?
For All the Dogs with J. Cole. And in that album, he sneak dissed a few people, mainly Future. Wait. I'm going to have to keep going through this because otherwise, if I try to help you understand, people are going to get pissed off.
Okay,
so I'm just going to
guys.
keep moving. And then recently a song came out, or an album came out called We Don't Trust You. Specifically the song Like That. So, it's Future and Metro Boomin's album.
Yep.
Anyway, and they came out with a song recently. So the beef... Okay, I'm not explaining this right. Let me restart a little bit. The beef started because Future and Drake both had a crush on the same girl. Actually, to be more specific...
and who ran the...
To be more specific, my understanding is Drake liked the girl and was with the girl and Future with her.
Oh.
I believe that was the problem.
That didn't happen in year 2.
No. And then Drake gets on his album and him and J. Cole diss Future and Metro Boomin make a song with Kendrick. However, Kendrick's stance I was most confused about because what he's calling a diss is him and J. Cole saying like we the big three, meaning Drake, not Jake, meaning Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole.
This.
And so Kendrick's taken that. They've said, hey, we're the best three out there and included him in that. And Kendrick's come out and said, F the big three. It's just big me.
Yeah.
And he said a few other things. His verse was, in my opinion, really good and, dissed the shit out of them.
Jammers just
he dissed J. Cole. He called Drake goofy. Metro Boomin dissed Drake in literally Morse code is another thing I've heard. And Future's, just out here stealing Drake's woman, which was kind of speaks for itself. So that was the whole beef going on. I'm really a big fan of the song Like That. I encourage all the jammers out there to listen to it after the pod, and then go listen to All the Dogs with Jake Cole and friggin' Drake.
All of the lights and stuff.
All the lights. You can, there's Jason going there, and there he's probably a part of the beef as well.
No, I have actually heard that song. Yeah. But I didn't understand the story behind it because I've seen like edits of people. Yeah. So there's jammers, look out because this week there's going to be a podcast. Not a podcast, well, obviously.
Well, I was
there's going to be a TikTok
making one with Jake and Marty
and
Impulsive.
I was going to do one this week of you, me, and this guy. Big three. Nah. It's just big me.
Big you. Of course it's big you. No,
Oh, okay. Mumma Marty misinformation.
No, I'm not done. I'm not even close. Well, I'm close. Okay, so that was the rap civil war. Stop.
Any of your jammers at home feeling like that right now?
No, all the jammers at home are thinking, Drake, Future, Kendrick. I'm personally siding with Kendrick. I think he's just the best out there, and I think his verse was the coolest. And I think Drake is kind of goofy.
Drake is so good.
Oh, that's cool. I think that Drake, if he really liked the girl, he should have bought her flowers. And Bruno Mars said that. So Logan Paul got scammed. Woo! No, not really. Is this actually quite funny? So Logan Paul got scammed by a guy who claimed that he reached out to Logan and said, I want to make a documentary on you. Apple TV, in fact, wants to make a documentary on you, and they've sent me to produce, film, and direct the documentary. Logan Paul invited him into his home, sat down with him, gave him like super personal details about his life and his upbringing, went into like the archives of footage and got like footage of young him and Jake Paul, that had never been seen before, all for it just to be produced into and posted on this guy's personal YouTube channel. Never made it to Apple TV. People are claiming, Logan is claiming that the guy never even like sought out an Apple TV deal, just like lied to him just to get a sit down with Logan Paul and get all this information on his life. And then they were on a podcast together, the guy and Logan is like pretty much going in on him, saying, I gave you like so much personal details about myself. The guy claims that like he was in talks with Apple TV, then produced it, and then Apple TV kind of like binned the idea. And so so it wasn't a waste of his time and resources. He posted it on his personal YouTube channel. However, to be fair, it clearly is a fat waste of Logan's time.
But
and I feel like if it's not going to make it to Apple TV before you just post it on your own channel, I feel like you should tell Logan.
Here's the thing, and this might be a controversial take, but this guy comes to Logan, he just wants stuff for himself, so he's obviously going to lie. So he's going to go, hey, Logan, I got Apple TV deal for you. Let's do it. Sits down, gets all the stuff, never had the deal, goes away, makes it, posts it, and goes, oh, well, don't hate the player, hate the game. Then, but there's also a part of me that thinks maybe he was in talks with Apple. They were like, oh, yeah, then Apple TV went away, did a bit of research on Logan Paul. And instead of going, oh, yeah, let's go ahead with this after the guy's done it, they've gone, oh, actually, we don't really want to associate with Logan Paul. Let's cut ties here. So I reckon that's what's happened. And, Logan Paul, we don't have much against you. But Jake and Marty have never... Jake used to
Put it this way, if we were to ever get into that YouTube boxing scene, that social media influencer boxing scene, I'd definitely call out Jake. And I think you'd definitely call out Logan.
Oh, I thought it meant like this way, Jake.
No, we'd tag team it.
Oh.
We'd do a tag team match.
Okay, so we're just talking about how we're not going to be... But,
Okay, so that was all I have for Media Meltdown. Logan Paul got scammed. There's big beef going on in the rap game. And obviously I'm the most educated person to inform you guys about it. So I'm glad you're all a little bit... You can all walk away from this episode feeling just a little bit smarter than you were entering it. So yeah, that's it. And now we move on to Jakey's segment, Mumma Marty's misinformation.
So, Mumma Marty hit us with a big fact last week. Fun fact, she might have called it. Well, wasn't fun at all. People lost their homes because of this. People lost their pets. People burned down their neighborhoods because of Mumma Marty's misinformation. And I think Mumma Marty found it to be a funny prank at the time, a funny troll. She might have thought... Is
this defamation of my mother's character?
I don't know, but I think Mumma Marty needs to fix this. And we're going to help Mumma Marty fix this by telling you guys the real info. So first off, to give a bit of context for those guys who were the lucky ones and didn't hear this misinformation... Mumma Marty shared a bit of information with us last week about toasters, and how the numbers on the toaster correlate to the amount of minutes that the toast is down for, not the level of toastiness of the bread.
I think power level of the toaster was the term she used.
Yes. Yeah. Well, either way, she said it correlates to the minutes. So I went away and I tested this theory, and I put my toast down on the maximum setting which is number 6, and it was down for 6 minutes. I lost 30% of my house to a house fire before the fire department were able to come sort out the situation. They asked what happened, and I explained the situation. They said they'd been in contact with you, Mumma Marty. So just be on the lookout. But anyway,
How was it misinformation if the toaster was down for 6 minutes?
because I held it down for 6 minutes because I thought that's what was right. But
You
here's
think if you put it on number 6, you got to hold the toaster down?
well, it kept popping up. So I thought, no, that's wrong. There's something wrong with my
'cause-
toaster. I kept popping it down, kept going.
So it didn't stay down for 6 minutes?
No.
You kept it down for 6 minutes?
Yes. So Mumma Marty said it was wrong. Mumma Marty said it had to be down for 6 minutes because it was number 6.
I'll jump in and play my... I'll jump in and advocate for her here. I don't think she said you have to force it down for 6 minutes.
I think
she
Mumma
said-
Marty said that was the right thing to do.
I think she was clearly misinformed about the situation and said that by clicking it over to number 6, it will stay down for 6 minutes. I don't think she ever said that if it doesn't stay down for 6 minutes, you got to make it stay down for 6 minutes.
Well, either way, Mumma Marty said 6 minutes,
She did.
and the toaster said, no, I only want to stay down for 3.
So it is power level.
No, it's a unit of time, but the numbers don't correlate to minutes. They just correlate to different measures of time. So, like,
That's stupid.
Number one is like 1 minute and 30 seconds, and number 2 is 1 minute and 50 seconds. Number 3 is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Like, it goes up by a certain amount. Like in level 6 or level 7, it's going to be like 3 minutes and a half. So, Mumma Marty, come on, like.
Did you actually put the bread in the toaster for 6 minutes?
No, but
You definitely did.
but all I want to say is that Mumma Marty, like, you clearly, if you look up there, you won Jammer of the Month for January this year, and that's not by like any fluke. That's not a fluke. Well, it might be actually. It's definitely a fluke. It's the only time you're going to do it after this stunt. But all I want to say is, Mumma Marty, if you want to be a part of the life of the Jake and Marty podcast, and if
I
you
think
want to
she's
give
at
us
least-
stuff to talk about,
I think she's got at
then
least...
you gotta fact check stuff, okay? That's not our job. We're podcasters. We share information on. We tell people, here's what we've been told. Here's what we tell you. We we put a face.
You don't think there's
we
a
put
level of accountability we have to
no. We are just a face. We're just a vessel that the media use to push their agenda. But but Mumma Marty is there, and she is the agenda. She is the one pushing the agenda. She is the media.
I do have to jump in and say I believe there's a certain rite of passage she has to being involved in my life since she kind of created it.
But that doesn't mean she has to misinform the jammers.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely not.
Our,
There's no excuse for behaviour like that.
And I didn't actually get any stories particularly saying that people did have their lose their houses to house fires, but I extrapolated that information, one, by a few girls not responding to me on Instagram and a few people unfollowing, and then also
We got some action on the egg.
oh,
It's spinning.
that's awesome. Okay, forget about it, Mumma Marty. You're off the hook this time.
The egg. So Jakey's science experiment's finally... Oh, no, it's slowed back down. All right, should we get into a draft then?
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Don't force the... This is like the breads. So, Jakey and I have not done a draft in a little bit. So, this week's draft, Jakey picked the topic. And the topic was...
Worst sweet treats.
Worst sweet treats.
Of all the sweet treats you can have, the ones that taste the worst.
Yep. And we've each got 5 picks here. I didn't actually get any reserves because I just don't think you'll necessarily have any of mine.
Me neither.
So, there we go. So, do you want me to pick first? Do you want to pick first?
Well, rock, paper, scissors. You pick.
All right. My first pick goes to the Humble Picnic. And I don't think there's much reason for me to go more into detail. If you're a first-time listener, you won't understand where how do I say the?
Okay, I think the picnic hate has to stop.
I don't think it has to stop because I think it's well justified.
Okay, my first pick, number 5 on the draft, I think is that the way they do it, or do they go the other way?
I start at 1 and then go down to 5.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do it.
I'm trying to get my pick. The ones that I see. See, I saw the picnic as the worst out of the 5 I selected, and I wanted to make sure I knew.
Okay. I get it. Okay. Number 1 is rainbow cake.
Oh, we did talk about that last podcast.
It's a controversial one. Actually, it's not controversial. It's a controversial item because
I reckon I've got a theory about rainbow cake. I was listening to the podcast this week.
Yeah.
Actually, earlier today, and I had a theory about this. I believe rainbow cake is just vanilla cake with food coloring.
But
in it.
Yeah, it probably is. But it was so
maybe
sweet.
Has a mental. It's like the Air Up bottle. Not sponsored, by the way. The Air Up bottle. How it's like you smell it and it like tricks your brain into tasting it. It's kind of like the same thing. Like you see the color. All right, that's your last one. You see the color. You see the color in it, and your brain gets tricked into believing there's a different flavor to it. But I don't think there is.
No. Yeah, you're right.
So I vouch for that pick. My number 2 was Sour Patch Kids. This one came out of me not really liking them. However, I could think of many sweet treats that are worse than these. But I just think Sour Patch Kids are hyped up as one of the staple sweet treats.
Yeah.
And especially in the lolly game, or in that position. I don't like them.
Yeah. Nah, they hurt my mouth.
And I watched a Cut YouTube video once, I believe it was Cut, and I found out they weren't vegan, so that honestly gave me
that's the ick. That gives me the ick.
That gives me the ick. My Sour Patch Kids aren't vegan.
Number 2 for me, I think this one's going to be a universal pick. You're kicking the table. That's not the sweet treat, by the way, guys. The sweet treat is Turkish Delight.
Yeah, my opinion on Turkish Delight was always something I assumed I wouldn't like, and then when I had it, I was pleasantly surprised. But yeah, still not great. Cherry Ripe's worse.
Yeah, a lot of them were bad. Picnics in general are awesome, but the rest of the box is pretty average.
Well, we've discussed how my rankings are the favourite
What's
box.
the next one?
My next pick?
Yeah.
Is Tide Pods.
This is obviously where Jake and Marty are so similar that when you get to number 3, it's when you start branching away, because you'll hear my next pick and you'll understand that Jake and Marty, this is the reason we might be friends.
Some justification behind Tide Pods. It was, mixed bag of tricks, that one. You can have them, and I haven't tried myself, but from all the infants I've spoken to, they taste real good. But you have a pretty mad come down off of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, third.
That's not bad. My next pick, number 3, is Stella's Biscuits. I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't know what Stella's Biscuits is.
Oh no. None of us really know who Stella is, but everyone already knows that her biscuits aren't great.
Okay.
So if you guys know a Stella out there, don't eat her biscuits.
Yeah. Stella's. I've never had Stella's Biscuits, but yeah, I'll get behind that. Number 4 for me was Green Donuts. Once again, never really had a green donut, but haven't heard great things about them. Especially ones that are produced as a promotion for the Muppets movie. Yeah.
That's obvious.
So Green Donuts was my number 4 pick.
Okay.
They taste like a healthy donut, I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's like, it's a vegan donut.
My number 4
with
pick...
Sour Patch Kids on top.
My number 4 pick was hummus. This one's pretty obvious. It's marketed as a sweet treat, but I've never seen the sweet side.
Yeah.
So let's sweeten it up a bit, guys. Okay.
And my 5th pick was the Humble Fantail.
Oh.
I used to really like Fantails, and then as a kid I had some pretty jacked up. First, I tried a Fantail when I had braces for the first time, and it pulled a wire out of one of the brackets. I had to go get it put back in, and then about a year or 2 later, I did the same thing.
What was my last segment? Things I couldn't be... Yeah, it's just one thing. I went to the football this week, up in Melbourne. Sorry. And I...
What's the game?
What game?
Cats Hawks.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why were you there?
Nah.
Did you want to go?
Nah.
Oh, what?
We just lost.
Oh, yeah, you're a fan, aren't you?
Yeah. Sorry, the cursing you out was probably a bit extreme.
No, you actually strike me as a Hawks fan because this guy that I'm about to explain
Brother, look at the read the room, man. It's everywhere.
Yeah, look at him. So we are not undercover, so we were out in the rain, and it rained quite a bit. Now, okay, second boycott is my younger brother. I was like, hey, do you have a rain jacket I could use? Just like one because I have one, but it's like really heavy. It's like a snow one.
Oh yeah, it was like pouring.
Yeah. So I was like, I probably won't need that. So I'll get a lighter one because then I don't have to carry it around. My younger brother was like, yeah, sure, use this one. It's really good. Hands it to me. We get up to Melbourne. My older brother goes, oh no. Looks at the jacket I have and he says, oh, that's the worst one we have. It like repels rain for maybe like 3 minutes and then it just soaks through. So thanks for that, guys. Completely soaked like the whole way through. The jacket didn't work basically at all.
That sucks.
But it was fun nonetheless. Anyway, earlier in the game, everyone was sort of sitting out in the sun. And there was a guy to my left. And I sort of have to... I find myself constantly fighting off the urge to just say what I'm thinking. Or just yell what I'm thinking at people. Because when people like... I wouldn't say I'm an angry person, but if you're inconsiderate enough to stand up when something big's about to happen, and you're trying to get me to stand up and then start a chain reaction where everyone has to stand up to see what's going on, I'm going to have the urge to tell you to sit down. And I'm probably going to throw a name in there as well. So there was one guy to my left who kept standing up as soon as the ball would like go in front of him, and he would just like stand up to like, just because he was excited. So I had the urge the whole time to say, sit down, bald patch.
Bald patch?
Bald patch.
Bald patch is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have a bald patch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But it was like only just starting to show. So he's like in the self-conscious stage. So I had the urge to say that. I didn't because he stopped doing it after a little while. Maybe I did say it. I don't know. Anyway, then there was the other guy to my right. And this guy... had just a Hawks jumper on, nothing else, like just a Hawks jersey. And he was an interesting fella. I think I like at halftime I was going to go up to him and just say, slow down on the creaming sodas, okay? He was just drinking solid creaming soda. Like he had probably 4 bottles of it.
Nice.
And
speak of the guy who bought 3 bottles of Raz just for one night stay at my house.
And then there was also a guy in front of me who had a Hawks jumper on as well. But I think his girlfriend went for cats. And I thought his girlfriend was pretty. So I was wanting to just like say, hey, do you guys want to break up? And do you want a popular podcaster in your life? And him being the egotistical guy he said...
But you actually said that to her?
No, he said to me, no, I don't. Oh, I appreciate the offer. That's really nice of you. Like, I'm really flattered. And I said, you really think I was flirting with you? And then the girl and I ran off into the sunset.
That was great. Great story.
Yeah.
You guys would have been able to, like, recreate Singing in the Rain on that day.
Yeah. I'm singing in the rain.
My favourite cover of that is the one from Robots, where it's like, I'm singing in the oil. They're robots. Oh, it's great. So Marty's mind games. I am going to play a little mind game, and you've very likely seen this on TikTok, and you very likely know how it works. So if it does, I'm really going to beg that you cut it right here.
Yep.
And we just go on with the experiment.
Okay.
Or whatever's going on. Which looks like it's active. So I'll make it quick. Jacob, is this water bottle open or closed?
It's closed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's open.
Correct.
These mind games are going so well.
Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's open.
It's closed. Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's closed.
It's open. Is this water bottle open or closed?
That's open.
Correct. By the way, you're trying to figure out what the
Yeah.
catch is. Is this water bottle open or closed?
That's open.
It's closed. Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's open.
It's open. Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's closed.
It's closed. Is this water bottle open or closed?
It's closed.
It's closed!
Yes! I got it! It was his mouth. His mouth was the water bottle. Because he drank all the water. So he became the water bottle. And now he's going to need a piddle.
Oh, congratulations.
I got it.
Oh, I just about had to, drop the jaw to the floor for you to get it, but... I actually think I did it wrong. I think you just meant to say, "Is this open or closed?" Because I'm not meant to be the water bottle. But I liked your connection there. You really helped me out. So this experiment here, is this all that happens?
The whole experiment is actually... I didn't read up enough on it.
We can
And
leave it until next
the
week.
whole podcast, I've been thinking, maybe I wonder if I was meant to leave it for 24 hours or whether 5 minutes is enough. And I'm really hoping 5 minutes is enough.
For the best experience to watch this experiment, you can go to Jake and Marty on YouTube and watch our YouTube video.
It stinks so bad. Okay.
You're not dropping it with me right here.
Okay.
If you get egg residue on me, I'm going to be upset.
Okay.
Probably. But...
Jammers, the egg is dropping. It's meant to go bouncy, I think. The egg is dropping in 3, 2, 1. No! No, it didn't work. Oh! Okay, I'm going to have to read up better for that one.
We might have to bring that back next week, but if you guys couldn't tell by the screaming going on in the background, she smashed. And it looks just like a standard egg to me. Alright. Well, that is going to conclude today's podcast. It would be greatly appreciated if all of you guys listening, if you enjoyed today's podcast, you could follow the podcast on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, and most of all, leave a review. Leave a review so we know how we're doing. I think our star rating's currently at a 4.8. If it drops, then we'll know you guys didn't enjoy this one. If it goes up, then we'll know we did an alright job. So that means a lot to us if you could do that. Other than that, let's finish on a song. I'm singing.
No, wait.
Sorry.
Because it has this part first. Thanks for listening to this podcast, guys.
Leave that review. Let us know what you think. Trying to do instruments in your mouth is crazy.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain.